I absolutely love the radio stations in Grand Theft Auto. They are, in my opinion, the most important aspect of any of the games. You will remember the radio stations more than anything else in these games. You remember the 80s pop of Vice City, the chat shows in Grand Theft Auto 3, the country music in San Andreas. Not only does the radio stations give you a sense of the time period, it also connects you way more to the map, giving you more continuity to the game, more kind of immersion into the game, making it feel more real. Today I want to talk about the commercials in GTA Vice City's radio stations and how it kind of connects the map together nicely. We're going to start with the obvious, which is the very first thing outside of Billie Jean that you hear on the radio station, which is the weather warning.
We interrupt your programming with a message from the State Department. All bridges and some roads in the Vice City metropolitan area have been closed because of a severe weather warning. Meteorologists are tracking Hurricane Hermione, which has devastated 5 Caribbean islands and is heading for Vice City. More updates soon.
Hurricane Hermione is supposedly coming to Vice City, and because of this they've blocked off the roads to the mainland. Now obviously the main reason they've done this is to block you from going to the mainland of the map until you progress further into the game. But it's a really fantastic way of them doing that, you know. They didn't just, block off the bridge and that's the end of it. They actually had a bit of context to it. So interesting enough, I kind of went through the history if there was any real Hurricane Hermione around the Florida area, and there isn't, which is interesting. There was a hurricane named Hermione in Florida in the 1980s. The 1986 hurricane season was unbelievably quiet. Fun fact, it was also the first season since 1972 to have no major hurricanes, which is very, very interesting. When you progress through the game, the radio station comes on again and says, oh yeah, the hurricane isn't coming, so the bridges are now open.
We interrupt your programming to inform you all bridges in the Vice City metropolitan area have been reopened. Hurricane Hermione has not hit the city. Sorry for any inconvenience. We thank you for your patience. Now, back to the show.
Next, I want to take a look at BJ Smith's used auto shop.
Hi, I'm BJ Smith, tight end for the Vice City Mamas and proud proprietor of BJ's Used Autos. Cars from all over America come to find a new home in Florida, just like you. I moved here after the draft. Football, not Vietnam, even though they do have a lot in common. I noticed there was one thing missing from this great town, a celebrity-endorsed used car shop. That's why I founded BJ's Used Autos.
I think this is one of the most interesting commercials in all of Vice City. BJ Smith is a retired American football player who used to play for the Vice City Mambas, which is Vice City's American football team. Now, I never knew they existed. I didn't know they went into that much detail with it. But if you look on the wiki, it also says the Mambas play in the Hyman Memorial Stadium. In his retirement, he bought Sunshine Autos. That's where Tommy Vercetti eventually buys from. So he buys that, and then there's an actual cutscene with BJ in it. So you actually get to meet the character as well, which is fantastic. The reason he's selling it is because he's coming out of retirement. That's like the whole joke of this whole BJ Smith thing.
Well, I'm very sad to be selling the dealership to y'all. This is my first investment after I turned pro. But now, it's time for me to move on.
You're leaving town. Not in too much of a hurry, I hope.
No, I'm just coming out of retirement and preparing for my future comeback.
Outside of BJ being an acronym for blowjob, the whole shtick is that he's coming out of retirement after 14 years. The reason we know this is because he actually has a segment on K-Chat, which is also on the radio station. Now, I'm not going to play the whole thing, but the whole thing is him saying, yeah, I'm coming out of retirement, and he is nuts, man.
Baby, I played professional sports for 14 years, including high school, and I'm making a comeback. I'm a very competitive person, I grant you, but I ain't got no testosterone imbalance. Well, I didn't realize we were trying to impress each other here, sweet thing. I was thinking we was here to discuss my new exercise video or talk about my possible comeback in professional football, not sitting here flirting with each other.
I think it's just very interesting how much detail they went into with this character, considering you only see him once in the entire game. I think he has 2 commercials. He also has like a fitness plan commercial. He's on the K-Chat radio. He plays for a fictional American football team which they made, and they say that they played in the fictional Hyman Memorial Stadium. Just a fun fact, in the K-Chat, he actually goes on about a game Vice City Mambas played against San Andreas.
AJ, man, you're awesome. Here's my question. How'd you play that game against San Andreas with 2 broken legs? Oh, I can't believe I'm talking to you. Wow, man, I don't know what to say. This is the greatest day of my life.
Next up is Ammunation.
The store leading the fight against communism is having a blowout sale. Ammunation has a wide array of peacemakers. Come by Ammunation on Militia Mondays, exercise your Second Amendment rights, and get 10% off all armor-piercing bullets. We're the only gun store that lets you try it before you buy it. Need anti-tank missiles? We've got them. Flamethrowers? Oh yeah. No credit? No problem. No money down. 90 days, same as cash. Shoot now, pay later.
This is an absolute staple of any Grand Theft Auto game. Obviously, Ammunation is where you can buy your weapons. It's a very essential element in any Grand Theft Auto game, so you spend a lot of time there. Vice City is set back in 1986. It was before like mobile phones and stuff like that. In the more recent Grand Theft Auto games, Ammunition kind of just sends you emails about new guns and stuff like that. This is the only way you could get some sort of information out of the gun shop. Now, obviously, the information they say is never actually real. Like if they say there's a sale or whatever, or if there's new guns, it never actually correlated to in the game that these weapons were on sale or whatever. It's unbelievable that they did this back in 2002. Like, this is just amazing, man. So the whole thing is basically just a massive joke on America about how Americans act. Like, some of their catchphrases be shoot now, pay later, peacemakers, aka guns, armored piercing bullets, flamethrowers, anti-tank missiles, anti-aircraft guns. You know, it's just a big massive joke. They have definitely added some bit of continuity to it. In the radio station, it also says that, oh, you can visit our store, you can shoot now, pay later, that kind of way. And they actually do have a shooting range in this game, so that's kind of interesting that they've added that. If you want an idea of it, if you've ever watched this episode of The Simpsons where Homer buys a gun, I think that's what it's called, Homer buys a gun, the craziness of like Americans being able to buy all these guns and stuff like that. So it's very, very interesting.
Well, you'll probably want the accessory kit, holster,
Oh, yeah.
bandolier,
Baby.
silencer, loudener, speed cocker,
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
and this is for shooting down police helicopters.
Oh, I don't need anything like that. Yet.
And also this like really loud American jokey guns kind of attitude also shows up in the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer with Phil's gun shop or whatever that's called, and that continues on in every Grand Theft Auto game, not just Grand Theft Auto Vice City. That's a whole thing for the entire series. Okay, next up, and I have to look at this when I'm reading it, is the Love Fist Steel Heart Stone Cold Prostate Tour.
Lock up your daughters. Shoot your sons.
Dad!
Because Love Fist is coming to town. The world tour that has been banned throughout the world comes to Vice City. The monsters of rock and roll excess. Love Fist.
So Love Fist is a fictional Scottish band in this game that you do missions for. Tommy Vercetti basically helps them with their tour. So you see these characters in the game. They're quite prevalent actually. They're on the radio station V-Rock as well. This band, this fictional band, basically only shown on the radio station, has 4 songs. Rockstar created 4 songs for this fictional band. One is called Dangerous Bastard, Fist Fury, Down Down Down, and Fist Till Morning. Fist Till Morning is the one that you can actually hear on the commercial. And also Jez Torrent, I think his name is, one of the lead singers, also shows up on K-Chat as well.
Aye, yeah. You know, we wear these costumes to appeal to the working man, because after you spend the day working in a steel mill, you want to wear tight leather clothes and play air guitar. That's what we're about.
It's very interesting how they're connecting characters with like commercials on the radio station to then the city's talk show, you know? I think that's unbelievable for this day. Like, I'm still sitting here to this day thinking, has any other game gone to this much length? Now, obviously, maybe Cyberpunk has or whatever, but I'm always thinking of these other games. I'm like, have they ever gone to that much length to flesh out their story and the map's characters like this? You know what I mean? You don't play as any of these characters. You only see them once ever. But they've still gone to all this trouble with the Love Fist tour, which is an actual tour that appears in the game as well. You know, that's what you're helping them with. The next one I want to talk about doesn't officially appear in this game, but it is mentioned, and I think it was a cut bit of content.
Shady Acres.
I'm Everett Carrington. Shady Acres is an incredible, upscale, state-of-the-art, top-notch condominium development. A short drive out of town on some pristine wetlands, away from the noise and uninvited diversity of the city.
Shady Acres.
And when you
Shady Acres was supposed to be a housing estate just outside of Vice City. It never made the game. We're looking through beta files. Supposedly, there was supposed to be another part of the map called the Gator Keys, which would be like the swamp areas that will appear in Grand Theft Auto 6. Presenter is actually Avery Carrington, who is a property developer who you do a couple of missions for, like Demolition Man, probably one of the most famous missions in Vice City in property development. So again, we're kind of talking about the continuity. You do missions for Avery Carrington, who is a property developer and then you actually hear him on a commercial going on about these properties in the Gator Keys. A short drive out to the town on some pristine wetlands, that's where they get the Gator Keys from. Golf range, helipad. It looks like they had a lot planned for this, so I'm quite disappointed that I never made the game. I think a big question is, will Shady Acres make an appearance in Grand Theft Auto 6? Will it be like an Easter egg, or will it have a significant part to play? I really hope it does, and I think, why wouldn't they? And then at the end, their whole catchphrase is Shady Acres, happiness is worth the price, which is very, very creative.
Shady Acres, happiness is worth the price.
Now, the last one I kind of want to look at is my Batsu Thunder sports car.
Knights of the road, here's your stallion. The car for freedom. The car for hot excitement. The car for a man who is alone against the elements.
My Batsu Thunder.
The pride is back.
Again, doesn't really make an appearance in this game, but it's supposed to be the variant of the Ballista Compact, which is in Grand Theft Auto 4, 5, Episodes from Liberty City, and Chinatown Wars. And the Compact Ballista also showed up in the leaked footage of Grand Theft Auto 6 back in 2022, I believe. And that's basically it, ladies and gentlemen. Look, I kind of want to do another video on the entire commercials themselves, but these are the ones where there's actually a significant event in the game that's mentioned in the commercials, you know what I mean? Final bits I want to talk about are, it just shows the creativity of Rockstar. And again, if you've watched my other video, you know that the development for this game was extremely rushed. They didn't have as much time as I wanted to, and they still had time to put all this in. And it's just funny, I mentioned it before, it's how deep they will make the rabbit hole. As I said with BJ Smith's use autos, I started with that, yes, then I kind of went into the character a bit more, found out that he's on K-Chat, he's an entire history of himself. He played for the Vice City Mambas. Just keep going down and down and down. It's world building. That's what it is. They are just building out the world and fleshing out the world. And when you see the amount of effort they've gone through with a game that came out in 2002, you start to understand why Grand Theft Auto 6 is taking so long. Because imagine how much more content they have to add in compared to a game in 2002. Keep playing games, ladies and gentlemen. Stay safe. Slán leat.